What is up, guys? Chris Jardine here, community and content developer for Out of the Park Baseball, back with another tutorial episode in our tutorial series relating around Perfect Team 21. And in this episode, we're going to take a look at another way to utilize your Perfect Team roster, and that is Perfect Team Tournaments, which you can access on the home screen in the lower left corner here. This is a different way outside of regular Perfect Team play to utilize the cards and players that you have acquired throughout your time in the Perfect Team universe. So what you're going to do, as you can see on the main screen here, it shows I am registered in a tournament. We're going to jump into that in a minute. I'm going to show you guys how that works. You can go show all tournaments here, which will bring up the current list. Let's go through all the different filters and stuff we have. I know a lot of information on this screen. It's all going to make sense to you here in a few minutes. So the information we have below, you have the ID number, the title, the restrictions, which you can customize above. There are two main different types of restrictions. One is the card tier. So iron, bronze, silver, gold, diamond, and perfect. Perfect we don't use in tournaments. And there's also live, historical, and non-live, which I'll explain when we do the filters. There's the mode, which I'll explain when we do the modes filter. What year the tournament is set in. So we don't have a whole lot of these. But when you do see a year in this column, that means the strategy and settings will match the year that has been decided. So in the Daily 50s tournament, it plays like it's 1955. So starters, pitch the whole game. There's not a whole heck of a lot of power. So the different eras and the different years will change your strategy a little bit. DH, yes or no. As I mentioned in a previous tutorial video, the only place in Perfect Team you will see no DH is in tournaments. We do have both designated hitter and non-designated hitter tournaments. What the reward is, right now in Perfect Team 21, all the rewards are perfect points or packs. We also do have special edition cards that we'll be rolling out in the days and weeks ahead that you can only acquire by winning a tournament, or in some certain situations, finishing second in a tournament may get you a special edition card as well. What the current team situation is, so this is a 32 team tournament. There are 11 teams in it currently. When the start time is, we're going to explain that in a minute, what the status is and whether you want to sign up or not. So let's go up to the filters. So first of all, you have the type filter. There are 5 different types of tournaments in Perfect Team. And I'm going to switch my auto refresh to 2 minutes just for now. Quick tournament is basically the tournament starts as soon as it's full, and as soon as it's full and starts, another one of the same type will generate. These are generally 8, 16, and 32 team tournaments, and they run relatively quickly and relatively regularly. If you're a very active and avid user, you probably already know what quick tournaments are, and you probably already use them regularly. Daily tournaments, pretty self-explanatory. They run daily. When assuming that it fills and runs at its scheduled time, another one will open up for the next day. Weekly is the same kind of thing. Weekly tournaments are scheduled to run at a certain point once a week. Monthly tournaments will run monthly, and fixed time tournaments are usually special events. If you were in Perfect Team 20, you will remember the Perfect Team of the Decade tournament series that we did. Those were fixed time tournaments. Next up, you have the modes. We have a bunch of different types of modes. Everyone has their favorites. We have Do or Die, which is basically win or go home. Do or Die with the finals, best of 3, best of 3, best of 3 finals, best of 5, best of 5, best of 5 finals, best of 7, best of 7. Round robin with a finals of best of 3, double round robin. So round robin, basically you're grouped with 4 teams. You play all the other teams once. The top 2 teams move on. It's single elimination from there on out. Round robin finals best of 3, same idea. Finals are best of 3. Double round robin, you play every team in your 4-team round robin twice. So that would be 6 games. And then it's single elimination after that. Double round robin finals best of 3, same idea. Double elimination means you have to lose twice in order to be eliminated. Now, the double elimination only applies to the first 2 rounds. So basically, you have the first couple rounds. If you're eliminated, you go to the loser's bracket. If you lose again, you're out. Roster restrictions. Let's explain this one. Open means any cards can play. Only iron, bronze, silver, gold, diamond, or lower. Again, those are card tiers. Those do come into play. Again, everyone has their favorites. Some people love the iron tournaments. Some people love gold tournaments. If you're new to tournaments, you'll find the combination and settings that you enjoy. Card restrictions, there are 3. Live cards only means only the 2020 live series cards can play. Historical cards means no live cards, no future legends, no players of the month when we have them, or like any of these special like all-star cards, any of the cards that are based on the 2020 season, you will not see them in historical. Non-live means only live cards are omitted, which means you can still use the future legend and some of these special series cards that we release throughout the year that are based on the current season. The other thing we have is a check button for only capped tournaments. So capped tournaments are a big favorite. Basically, this year there are 2 types of cap. So there are just your regular cap tournament. So what a cap tournament is the 26 men that make up your roster. The overall ratings of those cards combined cannot exceed what the cap is. So in this tournament, the cap is 1625, which is an average of 62 per card. Now, every one of the 26 spaces on your roster counts for at least 40. 40 is the minimum overall in Perfect Team. So every card on your roster will count for at least 40. If you forget to fill 2 spots, they're going to hurt you for 40. There's no cheating the system with leaving off 3 spots and kills counting as 0. They will always count as 40. But your roster construction must stay under the 1625. The other one is cap tournaments, where we have 1875 as your cap, but you also cannot use perfect cards. It's diamond and below. This one here, 1750 and gold, so must be gold or below. So that's a new thing this year, the cap tournaments with the tier restriction as well. And then you have your teams. You can go for 8 all the way up to 256. We don't run 256 team tournaments right now. We're saving that for more special eventy sort of stuff. You can also sort by tournaments that are accepting teams in progress and finished, and sort by a whole bunch of different options here. And you can return to the main screen if you want, or we can go to our tournaments. So, as you can see, we have the This Week in Perfect Team Weekly Showdown, which runs Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. We stream it over at twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. I definitely think you should come by and check it out. Hitting the plus here will show what the tournament's all about, what the reward is, the list of teams. Now, something I did want to mention, if we go back to here just for a second, if you get into a tournament and you'd like to leave the tournament, which is 100% possible. Let's say we join up for this tournament. We signed up. We don't really want to. We can go here, and as long as the tournament is not full, you can withdraw. If you're the last team to join a tournament, or the tournament fills before you have second thoughts, you cannot withdraw from the tournament. You are in it. So the This Week in Perfect Team Weekly Showdown, as you can see, it is a 1750 cap with gold or lower cards. It is a best of 3 with a finals best of 5. No DH. Diamond pack is the reward. 32 of 32 teams. So it's full. So because this is full, I cannot withdraw from this tournament. Not that I would want to withdraw from my own tournament, but I'm in there. I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. The best part about tournaments is because this tournament doesn't start for a little over 6 hours, I can still set my rosters ahead of time. So you can click the Set Rosters button, and it's going to take you to basically a holding area for the tournament where you can tinker around with your roster. Now, the first time you play a particular type of tournament, this screen is going to say, could not find a default roster for this type of tournament, so your roster is empty. So basically, you're starting from scratch. Now you can see our cap is already at 1040 because it's 26 players times 40 is 1,040. This gives me a little bit of, and as we put players in here, it's going to fill up. Now, once I save this roster and go to the tournament, every time I enter a gold 1750 tournament, it's going to save this roster and it's going to load this roster for me. Once you enter a type of tournament once, it'll save your roster for tournaments going forward. So again, and I'm not going to do everything here. I'm going to activate all eligible cards. It activates anybody who fits the criteria of, again, gold and below. You can see it immediately put my cap to 1750. I try to submit it, and it's going to say, "Oh, you're horrible." And then I can go here. I can go roster import. I can do ask AI to set up whatever, and it's going to fix me down to a acceptable cap. So again, I'm not going to go through the whole ins and outs of making my roster and stuff. You guys will figure out what works best for you as you get into these tournaments and start tweaking them a little bit. But again, you can access it early. Once you're done, you hit the submit team. Once you've submitted your team, it'll be there for you when the tournament starts. Once the tournament start time comes around, again, for this one, it's 8 p.m. Eastern. The file will generate, which, depending on the number of tournament teams, could take anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes, and then you'll get a notification saying, hey, tournament's good to go. Tournaments simulate every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes, you're going to get another simulation with the tournaments. So they are fast, quick hitting. Again, if you get into some of these quick tournaments, you can easily be blowing through 10, 15 tournaments a day. Keep in mind, you are limited to being in 3 tournaments at a time. So once you register for 3 tournaments, you need to be eliminated from or withdraw from a tournament before you can enter another one. They are a lot of fun. A lot of people really enjoy them. Again, I definitely suggest, if you're new to the tournament scene or new to Perfect Team in general, experiment a little bit, because this is going to be a way for you to use some of the lesser used, lesser ran cards on your squad to try and, get some of these guys in there. Like, for example, I might never use this David Phelps except for in tournaments, maybe bronze tournaments. We'll see. They're a lot of fun to use, a lot of fun to do. Guys, if you have any questions about tournaments, drop them down below the video. Make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications for our future videos as well. I have been Chris Jardine, a.k.a. Snaggle J, community and content developer for Out of the Park Baseball. And until next time, keep swinging for the fences.